Okay, so let's get into this. We're kicking things off today with, well, a pretty wild story. Alec Baldwin and his brother Steven, they were in this really scary car crash out in the Hamptons.
Right, I saw that. Thankfully, they're okay, which is the main thing.
Totally. But the detail that just like jumped out immediately, Alec's first thought apparently was that he'd crushed his wife's car.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's incredibly human, isn't it? Amidst the chaos, that's the focus.
Exactly. And the car itself, this white Range Rover, it hit a tree because Alec swerved.
Yeah, he swerved hard. He said he was trying to avoid this massive garbage truck. His description was pretty vivid, actually.
Right.
He called it the size of a whale.
The size of a whale. Okay, you can just picture that. Just sheer panic and, well, a giant truck.
Huh, right. But, we're not just here to talk about near misses with Leviathan garbage trucks.
No, definitely not. What we want to explore is what this whole incident tells us about dealing with stress, maybe guilt, exhaustion, especially when you're constantly in the public eye like he is.
Exactly. It moves past the physical crash almost immediately. It's about the psychology. If you saw the video Alec posted afterwards,
Yeah.
he looked really worn out, just drained. And he mentioned the stress, the guilt.
Yeah.
You really have to see this not just as a random accident.
That has something layered on top of everything else he's been through.
Precisely. You can't disconnect it from the enormous weight of the Rust tragedy back in 2021. Even though he was cleared legally, that doesn't just disappear.
Right. So how does that older massive trauma affect how someone reacts to something, relatively smaller like a car crash? Does it make it feel bigger?
Oh, absolutely. That's where this idea of stress stacking comes in. Think about it like this.
Yeah.
If you're already under chronic high-stress, psychologists might talk about a high allostatic load, your whole system is basically on high alert permanently.
Like you're always braced for impact.
Exactly. So when a new, unexpected stressor hits, even if it's something you might normally handle, like a sudden swerve, you don't react proportionally. Your reaction is dialed way up. That whale of a truck feels even bigger because you're already living under this kind of constant storm cloud.
It's like the final straw almost, the thing that just pushes you over the edge.
It can feel that way. And for someone like Baldwin, unlike you or me maybe hiding the dent from our spouse,
Yeah.
his oops moment, his stress, his reaction, it all becomes public domain instantly.
That must be incredibly difficult, losing control over your own narrative, your own healing process.
It's huge. Your trauma, your recovery, it gets dissected, debated.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes content. And that lack of privacy, that loss of agency over your own pain, it just adds another layer of drag. It makes actually healing so much harder.
Which might be why that message he posted later felt so significant.
The one to his wife.
Yeah, ending his story by saying, "Hilaria, I love you more than anything and I'm proud of you." It felt like, after all that chaos and stress talk, it was a deliberate, like, okay, this is what matters.
Yes. That's such a key observation. It's a grounding moment, right?
Right.
Pulling back from the spin, the accident, the public gaze, and anchoring himself and his family, that to me shows real resilience.
It's not about pretending it didn't happen or putting on a brave face.
No, not at all. Resilience isn't about being bulletproof. It's about acknowledging that sometimes life just piles up. It's not always about bad choices. Sometimes it's just circumstance. And resilience is about how you choose to sort of pick yourself up after the fall.
Recognizing the messiness is part of it.
It's fundamental. Mental health isn't about perfection. It's about being human enough to feel the exhaustion, the stress, the guilt, and still find your way back to your center.
Feigning doesn't change that fundamental human need.
So thinking about our listeners, we all have those moments, right? Maybe not a literal car crash, but those times when things feel overwhelming, like it's all piling up. Yeah, those personal crash moments when you just feel like you've run out of road, emotionally speaking.
And the challenge is, what? How do you navigate that?
Well, I think the insight here is about acceptance, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Accepting that some days are just messy, that you'll run out of fuel sometimes. And it's about seeking peace within that, not trying to pretend it isn't happening.
Finding your own anchor, like he did with his family.
Exactly. When everything feels like noise and pressure, the real progress isn't necessarily about muscling through. It might be about consciously breathing, acknowledging the pileup, and deliberately turning towards whatever grounds you, your family, your values, maybe just quiet.
Finding that clarity again.
Mm-hmm. Regaining clarity.
Okay, so maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. In this world that's so full of noise, maybe the real power lies in choosing what and who you actually listen to.
Yeah. And knowing that moving forward doesn't always require a perfect vehicle. Sometimes it's just about the intention to get past the wreckage one step at a time, even if your wife's car needs a little work.
Huh. Right. A very human note to end on.